So this is what I'm using right now to do this live. Here I have on the left side I have computer, on the right side I have sound. So my camera, this camera, the Mac Mini, the HDMI cable to plug it to the hotel TV, wireless keyboard. This is a tripod for the camera, and under I have this light here that I'm using to be on my face. On the right, you have this is my things to take shower, etc. Microphone. This is this microphone.
Right.
I have the second microphone in case I have another person. I have the mouse. This here, the white thing, is this light.
Okay.
This is the Club Shada light. It's always there in every episode, so now I'll travel with it. And everything else is alimentation for the camera, alimentation for the capture card. This is the capture card that is plugged to the camera, to the computer. Even though you can plug the camera directly to the computer, but you don't have the same quality.
No.
And then everything else is cables. Cables and the headphones, these headphones. So this is when I travel now to go anywhere and I know I want to do my show. I'm just gonna have this bag with this. And what I want to do now is I'm trying to find a bag that could have all this plus what I have usually in my backpack that is in my back here.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to see if I can have just one bag that can fit everything. But maybe it would be too big. I don't know. I'm trying to see what is the best solution. But for now, I just take all this and everything you see here is in my desk right now. This bag is empty right now. Everything is on my desk. The Mac Mini is here, keyboard, microphone, the light, second light, camera, and then the mouse and all the cables. That's it. And actually,
which is great.
And it's not a lot of things.
I'm telling you, it's nice because I remember just a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, the last time I did a video shooting, for example, I had a huge bag, a huge hockey bag, where I'll put all my stuff. But guess what? Now I can take everything and put it in a backpack.
It's crazy.
That's it.
It's crazy.
That's it.
It's crazy.
And it makes it easier. And that's where, when we say, just start, for people trying to do it and then they overthinking and say, no, just start with what you have. And
first camera of Club Shada. First camera.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And for my own, whenever I'm sitting at my desk, I'm still using my old iPhone 6s. But look at the quality.
Would you know what? Something that I don't mind doing it from time to time, but once you taste the autofocus and quality of the Alpha 6, this is the 6040, but you can even it's the 6400, and you can go 6600, which are the cameras that are over 1,000. But you can actually use, for what we do, a live stream at 180p. You can use the 5100, and you can find them for $150 on eBay used, because all you need is a camera that can send a video feed and take another focus and send it to your capture card or directly to your Mac. Right. Listen, once you have the quality of this image, and you can have like blurry background And
Right.
this quality of color, it is hard to go back. I'm telling you, it is
Definitely.
hard. It's hard to go back. Like sometimes I send when for interviews or for people send me questions and they ask me to answer on video for shows and stuff like that. When I send them the images, they're like, "Wow, this is a full production." And like you have the lightning and you have the. I'm like, we're working. We're working.
Yes. And because it's your image, you don't want them to have a bad quality, and you don't know who's going to watch it.
Exactly.
So you need to make sure that it looks good, it looks nice, and like we say in French, présentable.
Présentable.
Otherwise,
C'est important.
yeah.
Did I put too much light on my face? I'm not sure. I'm not used to this setting.
No, it's actually just a reflection of the light on your glasses. But
other than that, it's okay now.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because I just added a little more. Thought it was a little dark. Je soigne mon métissage. So yeah. Go ahead.
So the beauty of what you're doing, like I was saying, it's really you'll be learning, and if you do it, let's say 3 or 4 times, I'm telling you, you'll be better equipped, because what will happen is you look at what didn't work last time, the previous time, you look at it and say, "Oh, do I have to bring this mic? No, I can use this mic." Then is it taking less space? All right. So does it give me the same sound? Then those researches and those all these things, when you put them together, not only you get a great production, but you still can travel light.
Something that I learned from the last show. So the first time I pre-recorded was the first time I pre-recorded outside of my house was in Senegal, when we went with Bodhisattva the other time, a month ago. And something that I realized was that for 5 people, 1 microphone is impossible. It doesn't work. And even for 2, I believe that you need to have, if you're gonna have like 5 guests, it's better to find somebody who can bring you 5 microphones so that everybody speaks in the mic, and all this is either mixed inside of your computer or mixed before, and you send the final results to your people. And I know that if I do it again in Senegal or somewhere else, and I want to have like more people, I definitely do use a radio studio, for example, or a place that is already wired with all the mics and can just send you the audio outputs, and you put this in your computer. I know that people love to use the Roadcaster for this. Me, I use Loopback to do all my my audio routing. But yeah, this is something that I clearly will do next time that I need to have more than one person. And this is why I travel with the second microphone, which is the old microphone that I used to use, because I can plug both of them to the Mac, and then I just send both to a place where I make sure that they both have the same level, and then I just send the mix to the program.
Have you tested it? Because sometimes,
Nope.
Depending on the computer, the USBs can be overloaded.
Yeah, tricky. Okay. Yeah. This is why I'm thinking about having, maybe when I know I'm gonna have more people, that's why I prefer having somebody. I prefer paying somebody to come with the audio solution. They bring different microphones and they just send me the mix, and they can do all the mix for me, the audio, etc. And even like, you know, I wouldn't mind, let's say I come to Canada and I want to do a Club Shada plus a Mountain of Inspiration plus Joe Element plus Dahlia Show live, like a whole day. I think I will just take a production crew. I'd rather pay a production crew. They take care of the lighting, they take care of the sound, they take care of having different cameras, and they mount in real time. And all we do is log into our channels or give them an editor access for that time, and
That's it.
either or we just pre-record. You know,
No,
we
you know,
don't
as
need-
a matter of fact, there is a show that I sometimes watch on YouTube. Those are old guys. They are like in the 60s and 70s. They use all to work for the TVs and radios,
okay.
and they use like a. But their setup is so complex because they use computers feeding to a server, and then when you look at it, they saying it's on Zoom, but some of them have 4K quality.
Yeah, some. I mean, the people who, what is interesting with us is that, when I speak for me, I do and I learn as I go. And there's a lot of things that I know what is the problem. I understand what would be the solution, but sometimes it's hard to understand it. To give you an example, when I was trying to do the interview mode without having you remember?
Yes,
It took me,
with the Skype.
listen, I remember, wait, where is it? I have to choose. So I remember that I was using wait a minute, this thing doesn't want to change the app. Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
That was me. Okay. So this is Loopback, right?
Right.
So Loopback is giving me there we go. It took me, I had to draw to understand where the audio was going, to understand where the feedback was coming from. I had to understand am I hearing myself double, and for the infinite, etc. I have to understand that if my microphone is coming inside of Ecamm here, from here, right? There it is, coming inside of Ecamm, because this is what I sent to Ecamm. And at the same time, I'm receiving my microphone, right? Here. I cannot add, so I hear the music here,
Right.
but I cannot add the microphone here.
Exact.
Because if I send it here, then it's gonna go back to Ecamm, then it's gonna come back here, it's gonna go back to Ecamm, and like, it's logic now, but it took me forever to get it, because it's not something that I do for a living. It's just like, but once you understand how it works, it makes sense. But for example, I can do this with Loopback, but I completely cannot do this with for example, with my my program,
Which
what's the
one?
name of it? With my sound card, the Apollo, the
Right.
console. I don't know how to do it, but it's called a mix minus, which means
Right.
you send a mix to the people that
Mm-hmm.
are watching the live, and then you send another mix to you. But because my microphone is already monitoring me to not have latency, the microphone is already sending me the vocals, and what I'm just adding to this is the rest, so I don't need to send my microphone again. I
But
don't
have you
understand.
tried to use the Shure app?
Yes, but it doesn't have a mixer and all that stuff. It just
Oh,
have compression and EQs. The other one had the possibility to do those things, but now I do everything with Loopback, and I'm fine with Loopback. So, but on the console, for example, somebody who's used somebody like you, for example, who's used to using a real live
buttons.
mixer will be able to do it on console because he already understand the routing and stuff. Me, I'm a
Right.
very visual guy, and I 100 times prefer having something like Loopback where I see the graphics and some
But
and
don't worry. Don't worry. You're not the only one because now I'm using Loopback as well, but not today. But
yeah,
when
yeah.
I do my lives on Tuesday and Thursdays, I
Uh-huh.
using Loopback. But I use also Audio Jack that came. It's from the same company,
Yeah,
just to
that's
put
what I'm
some
using now.
delays. Oh,
I have
yeah.
I have audio hijack. Look, so oops, I opened the wrong app. My audio hijack. So this is why my sound is much better now. In my audio hijack, I keep doing the same mistake. There you go. In my audio hijack, see, let me not do. No wait. There you go. So in audio
65-inch
hijack,
monitor. It's not easy, man.
bro, it's crazy. So in audio hijack, I have this, which is the main window with
Right.
the input, which is I'm trying to make it. Yeah, I can't anyway. So the input is here. It's my microphone.
Right.
Then I add some volume. Then I had the gate.
Right.
Oh, you cannot see the gate. Wait,
Now I can see it.
you can see it. I don't
That's the
see it
Pro
here.
G. That's a gate. Yeah.
You see it,
Yeah.
but I don't see it in the player. People don't see it.
Because it's right here on my left.
Yeah, it's written Pro G, but when I click on it, you don't see it. So wait a minute.
Oh,
I think I have to click on. That's when you work with not okay. Yeah, there you go. So here. No, it's not giving me what I want.
you wanted to give you the details, so I think
I
you
want to
click
have the
once.
whole. I want to have the whole. I want to have the whole app and not. Okay, I know. Current application. There you go.
And for those of you watching, Loopback and Audio Hijack, it's really
Amazing.
that virtual mixers with virtual component. You know, when you have your EQ, you have your compressor, your gate, but it's
yeah.
all done virtually on a computer.
Exactly. So input device. This is my microphone. After that, you have volume that I add. Then you have the gate. So what does the gate do? Everything under the threshold is silenced.
Right.
When I speak, boom, they can hear it. If not, you don't hear the AC, for example.
Right.
Then I have a compression, and the compressor He's taking when I speak too loud, he makes it a little. When I speak too low, he makes it a little louder. When I speak too loud, he takes it down.
It takes it down, right?
And then Pro 2 is a limiter that will just take the sound and it kind of do the same thing as a compressor, but it's a final thing, which is a limiter. It limits the volume, but at the same time, you see, whenever I have a peak, it takes it down. But at the same time, you can specify the maximum value, which is 4 dB, minus 4 dB, so that I'm gonna have a final volume. And then after that, I just have a limiter that shows me exactly the broadcast, how it's gonna sound. And ever since I used that, oh, come on. This changed everything for me in terms of and you can see the difference. Like if I turn it off, you don't hear me. But if I just turn off the limiter, just the limiter, look the difference.
Yeah, it's different.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And ever since I started using that, and I wanted to use it for a long time, but I didn't want to complicate my life more than it was already in terms of the whole setup. But actually, once you set everything up, it actually makes a real difference. And it was when I did the show in Senegal, because we had one microphone for everybody, and we were all of us far from the microphone. The voices were very, very low. So I actually had to use a gate, a compressor, and a limiter on the live stream that played. But I don't remember. No, I think I used it on the live stream, or maybe I used it on I used it on the live stream. And when I used it, I played the episode of before of Club Shada, and then I played that episode, and I was like, wow, the sound is so different. The sound is really much better. And actually, sometimes I compare my videos with the rest of YouTube to see if my levels are high enough, because the last thing you want is people to have to turn up their volume when they're listening to you, and then turn it back again when they listen to something else.
Switch.
Yeah. And I realized that it was sounding so much better. Then listen, I spent the extra, I think it's $60. I already had the plugins that I use, but you can use the plugins that they already have. And I just added like this whole vocal, because it's interesting, but on a live stream, most people think that the most important part is the video. But the
mistake that most people make.
If you have to invest in something, you have to invest in a great audio quality, either the headphones, the microphone, because if people can see you well, but your sound is horrible, they will be less forgiving than if they don't really see you well, but what you're saying is interesting and it's intelligible. And a lot of people listen, I want the latest camera and this and that, and I want put all these neons in the back, whatever, and then the sound is horrible.
And that's what they forget. They think it goes by just the camera, and not knowing that at the end of the day, the message, what we're trying to convey, what we're trying to share with the rest of the world, it's what matters. Because look at it. Why people will stick and listen to an old video from Muhammad Ali, when the image is not that great, grainy and all that, but because the sound was good, the message. And any part of production, as we're talking about production tonight, is really understanding that your message matters the most. because if we have a message, and that's why I like it, like when you and Mountain say, "Oh, we're going to stop now." It's because you have a message, and you just realize that the message is not
Over.
done yet, and ideas still flowing, and it's still coming.